Okay, hello. This is Wolfram. Um, the stream is a bit unexpected for me because I forgot that this match is right now, but I will stream it. So it's Atomic World Champions semi-final of winner brackets. The winner will play with most likely Fast Tsunami, but also can be Lyosha. So f6 is an usual choice for a Atomic World Championship. Usually knight c3 is just a refutation. But Vlad decided not to go into mainstream theory. This is a weird decision by Vlad actually. g4. I mean, you should probably take this. And here you lose a pawn for quite a value compensation. I would not say that this is a good start for Vlad. Looks like Vlad didn't read well from study by f6s, but yes, looks like it, to be honest. I mean, d4 is not a particularly bad move, but but g4 I already don't like at all. This is something very weird. I think this knight should be taken. So Vlad is down a pawn. Okay, maybe there will be some compensation now. The position is still quite scammy. I expected b6 to be honest. And then takes and a6. Maybe you really want to preserve this knight. What if b6 then takes, I think. So Vlad tries to attack in some other way. a4. Wants to exchange this bishop. White's idea is probably playing e takes d5 at some point. And queen b3, so a4 prepares this queen move, since the bishop cannot take on a3 and blow up the queen anymore. So e takes d4 might be the next move by white. What if they play e takes d4 now? So if castles, then this check is just ending the game. But this move effectively prevents castling.
Kaboom!
Also, how to defend from just invading this queen. bc5 and then c4. Yes, but there is bishop c4. But the bishop can give a check and also can stop this rook. So this move prepares taking, but bishop goes to g8, right? This knight can be just exchanged like that. Black is forced to take bishop check. Yes, and also Looks like Vlad decided just to put some pressure, and if knight goes to h4, then bishop h6 again. But now h6, right? So probably this rook should take this pawn.
Kaboom.
f5 to prevent queen g4. But then queen h5, right? So h5 actually. h5 must be played.
Kaboom.
No? Okay. Queen just goes here. Oh, but bishop goes
Kaboom.
here. Why not
Check.
play bishop c5?
Check.
I think he just missed. You can play bishop c5 in this position to win a tempo on this pawn and then take the queen.
Check. Check.
Maybe black's position wasn't so bad after that, but okay. This opening choice. This opening choice is
Kaboom. Check.
proved good for Vlad.
Check. Kaboom.
Okay, knight f3, e3. What
Check.
to do with? No, I don't think this is a good choice. Maybe it's nice against Vlad actually. b3, okay. I would play a6 to be honest, just to, because a6 is not much worse.
Kaboom.
But d4 is just a main line, so Astavakra probably prepared it very well. So here I prefer to play bishop d5 because it keeps more pieces on the board and creates annoying pressure for white. Here you win some material, but this pawn will be going to promote. Okay, I think the modern theory is to play knight a3. Well, bishop a3, yeah, bishop a3. So this move is absolutely forced, and then knight a3. Knight goes here, and white has material advantage. This is also very hard to stop stuff. But knight c3 is some older theory probably. Here black will probably have some counterplay. But the fact that white castles is annoying. So it will be quite hard to get to white king, and black has very limited amount of tempi because white will start to push all these pawns and create threats both to the king and threats of promotion. So probably Vlad is thinking of which of these two moves to make, or maybe play bishop g7. After bishop g7, I think probably d4. So it's not clear what bishop g7 achieves. Maybe should not play it yet. Just play knight f6 to keep more options. Okay, this move
Kaboom.
is also sensible because this capture is forced. The king is a bit opened now, and this pawn can move to e5. So this is a mate threat. I think h3, f3. Okay, this is a bit suspicious because probably black will put the rook on f8 at some point, and then the knight will be able to jump on g4. And after h3 it was not so clear. But after h3 probably black could start to push the g pawn. They may also do this now, but yeah, this is a bit tricky. Bishop h3 was a very good move that I missed. So now white is in real trouble. Where was white's mistake actually? I think knight c3 is a mistake, bishop a3 was better. Not sure how good it is position for white actually. But I guess there are some ways to put those pawns in such a way that black cannot penetrate. Maybe start with bishop b2 just to try put this bishop here, prevent white rooks or black rooks from invading. So bishop b4. This move is a bit suspicious because this is not an idea anymore. So white looks like white just wants to play f4, allow g3 and play, I don't know, h3, allow g2, then just do some stuff. What if takes? Threatening rook g1. This needs to be calculated. For example, if takes and bishop takes, then rook g1 seems to win for black. So if takes and rook f7, oh, then after rook there is this unpleasant capture. Well, if rook f7, maybe just knight takes f7, and then both of black rooks want to go here. Most likely the game would have ended by perpetual check. This move allows white to play to f4. How bad is this? Maybe not that bad. This move again is not cannot be done because of just takes and white gets checkmate 100%. But yeah, I guess g2. I guess g2 should be played, right? Why not just king g2? Because if knight tries to invade on h4 square, then h4. It would be pretty hard to get the king. Now, actually, there are some knight invasions and also rook invasions. So white may be in trouble.
Kaboom!
How do you stop this now? Yeah, I think this is a bad opening choice. It might be good if white play bishop a3, but in general, knight e3, e3 main lines are very tricky. Okay, what is Vlad playing? Yeah, today we see something that I completely not expected to play from these opponents.
Kaboom!
So e6, e6. I think it's what Fast Tsunami plays, right? What is the main move in this position? I forgot. Probably just a5, and then there are ideas of pinning with bishop a6. e6 is a possible move, but I think it is a bit worse with respect to statistics in the database. There is stuff like that. Well, I don't like this position for black. Probably white has a bit of issues with developing this bishop. If you try knight a3, then you may get some knight invasions. So yeah, black is a little bit ahead in development. Just a little bit. White has extra pawn. I think that black development does not fully compensate this pawn, but of course you can mess up this as white due to development. Who win other games? You can see the score below. G3, just preventing this. It is very tempting to do this. I don't know why Astavakra doesn't play knight a6. E4 probably just to maybe exchange those bishops. I don't know. Vlad's position looks pretty solid. On the other hand, his time situation is a bit worse. But since his position is solid and he has extra pawn, I expect to win this game. Yes. I am that streamer. Okay.
Kaboom!
Okay, what is happening in this position? So Astavakra tries to avoid some exchanges and complicate the position since he's down already a piece was a pawn. Okay, but now takes, knight goes.
Kaboom!
Yeah, this move looks forced, and now I'm not sure how to evaluate this
Check.
position at all. King d7 or queen takes.
Kaboom!
Yes, knight c7 better. Knight c7 looked like it's forcing.
Kaboom!
It's forcing queen takes. Right. After knight d6, knight d6, king d7 was a move, but not sure how better. I mean, it is a nice trick to waste opponent's clock. So you do this move, then he thinks whether do one of these two moves, and decides that no, this looks too scary anyway. And so he wastes a bit of clock and gets the same position.
Check.
I'm not sure at all that black wins that, because there is this invaded bishop and two rooks. I would play king d7 probably, because black has nothing to lose.
Check.
Or maybe yeah, this looks just because of this invaded bishop, it's very hard to play. I think rook. Oh no, if rook takes, then. Oh, actually, no. Black cannot save his king after rook takes. So forced to do
check,
this move, but this might be a draw still. The king is dangerously close to this corner, so the bishop can take this square and
check,
rook can take this square. Oh, yeah, this is just checkmate. So now he plays another opening. Again, I don't think this is a good opening. Why he doesn't play his usual knight f3, e4 stuff? So you play openings that you don't usually play, and also not particularly good openings actually. Maybe he saw that Vlad doesn't play it quite well. Actually, I don't like queen h4 move. Actually, f6 is the move, and then queen e7 and queen h6 to prevent this pawn from moving. Then black has perfectly fine position. This is not a particularly bad move, but I think it complicates the position a bit in white's favor. If queen d4, probably even bishop d3 is the move here. Queen d4, bishop d3, then castles. f5. f5, I saw that the engine suggested this move in some of the position of this type. So the idea of f5 is that this queen is not going like anywhere. And also your knight can be standing on f6. So there is an idea in f5 move. I think it is even more
kaboom,
important that knight can stay on f6. Yeah, but this looks like a bad position for black. You know, because the knight can... I don't think it is a good idea to play right now. Knight f7. You should just stay on a5 and maybe knight goes on d7 at some point. But yeah, but now black threatens to exchange this knight. So yes, we pin it. Oh, this is interesting move. I think knight f7, queen h7, knight g5. So if knight f7, the queen probably should go to g8. But then also this stuff. I think knight f7 just wins. Because it attacks the queen and it also attacks this pawn in a very unpleasant way. Knight f7 should win, right? If black has some magical queen d4 move, d3, queen g4, f3. But it looks like the queen is out of moves after that. Knight d4 annoying. Because of this move or because of this move? I mean, you just take the... After knight f7, knight d4, you take the queen, knight f3. You can give this much material because you have the very advanced passed pawn. Maybe I'm not right. But now you just allow knight d4 and not even take the queen.
Kaboom!
So maybe he wants to take it later. Yeah, maybe it's not a big difference actually. Maybe yes. Because now the queen may take on h6 together with the knight on g5 in some lines. But probably not a big difference because this rook move should be deadly. Knight f3 check was interesting. I don't think that it was particularly good for white because for black. Oh wait, you might have taken this knight. Yeah, that was interesting probably. If this, then then you can try to give a perpetual check probably. Yeah, it's very hard to calculate what happened there.
Kaboom!
So it looks like a GG.
Kaboom!
Yes, Vlad lost. 3-1. Okay,
Kaboom!
Russian attack. And this is quite expected from Vlad this time. So Astavakra got to prepare something. I'm pretty sure that he looked at this. And g4 is the main move too. Although there are many moves, but g4. g6. All moves looks pretty normal now. Just slow positional play. So Astavakra doesn't want to play d5 yet because he doesn't want to exchange this bishop, but I think d5 should be played sooner or later. f5 is probably a move, because if you don't play f5, the white plays f5. Maybe bishop h3 soon, and can put some pressure along the f file after castling. Not right now, but in the middle game such pawn structure will be beneficial for white. So f5 looks like a move, but I don't think that if black plays
Kaboom!
say d5, then they'll lose immediately. Should be okay. So d4, f5, probably Vlad is thinking. Because f5 looks most principal, but it is, on the other hand, it is a bit weakening because the center is opened. On the other hand, queen c7 or queen b6 cannot be played, queen a5. Knight c3 is probably not dangerous for it, or even b4. No, I don't understand this. This is really weird. So the bishop was quite annoying on this diagonal. And it was not forced to move bishop h3 because h4 is not yet played. And also white had an idea of f5, so I don't like this move. But probably it's still a bit better for white because of this pressure. But yeah, queen e7, castles, castles. Maybe e5 at some point, e6. But black has a bit more space on the queen side. So moves like b4, c5, a5, maybe takes. And there are some scam ideas like queen a7 and attacking white's king. I think queen a7 is one of the main ideas of black in such positions. Queen c7 is also another idea, but here, since we have this pawn on f4, it will be hard to execute. A5, to be honest. This is a bit dangerous because white may have queen takes h5 at some point. Probably you just play h4 and there are no such ideas. Yeah, probably it's safe to castle actually. There are also weird ideas of rook takes this pawn and queen invading. But on the other hand, there are bishop
Kaboom.
h6 and takes, and then queen goes here. Yeah, probably white cannot really invade using the h file. Okay, so what moves are played? This. I would put some pressure yet. e5 is quite committal. This position, I would not say it is super good for white. Looks like, but I don't like that black doesn't play a5 preparing this stuff. So a5 is a very useful move because it attacks b5 pawn and also prepared this. The fact that black doesn't play it may just end quite bad for black. So okay, let's suppose that I just take this, giving up this rook.
Kaboom.
Maybe bishop e3, yeah. Bishop e3, d4, knight here. This pawn can be pinned. Okay, so giving up this material, but this pawn advances even further. How good is this for white? On the other hand.
Kaboom. Kaboom.
Yeah, very hard to understand what's happening.
Kaboom.
White has extra pawn. Where did they get extra pawn? It was because of this move. Yeah, this was nice. I didn't notice that white has such idea. Then this should be winning for white. But there is still one more idea that black may try. It's pawnetization. Put this pawn on a6. No, I think black should have tried to put all the stuff on white squares. Maybe it works now. But considering that there are so many passed pawns, it should not work really. I think white should win this position somehow.
Kaboom. check,
You know, just everything is exchanged and we get a
kaboom,
position with passed
check,
pawns.
kaboom,
So this is win. Usually when the king is managed to blocking the pawn, it is a win. So probably there was no pawnization idea. Okay, now
kaboom,
Vlad plays f6 move, which I consider the best. So probably he will not lose this game, but he needs to know this idea. Will he find it? So e5 or d5 are usually moves. This is maybe queen e7 immediately also a move, but I think that you should first develop, because white may change plans, not play h4 and try to instead use your queen placement somehow, but I don't remember exactly how. Okay, so Vlad knows this idea. Then it should be just a good position for black. Yeah, there is also this idea, so you take, and then at some point you
kaboom,
unpin this stuff, and bishop goes to d3. What if... Oh, you cannot play this, because knight takes. Scam. So taking the knight looks forced, otherwise this knight creates too much trouble. Then bishop d3. Queen h6 probably. Queen h6 is replied by f4. d5. I looked at this move a bit, but this capture with check, c6, and then bishop d3 still can be played, because if you take, then these rooks are invaded. Maybe not. For some reason Astavakra doesn't take this.
kaboom,
I already don't quite like this position for black. Because it looks like f file will get open. It's a very dangerous idea to exchange this bishop and open this f file. Okay, but takes. And on this move, rook f3, maybe, or maybe queen g4, right? g3. No, I don't see how to checkmate. On the other hand, in this position, how white continues to attack. There might also be a problem that if black invades like that
kaboom,
with the queen and white has this check, then white may not have enough time to checkmate actually with bishop and rook. So g3. Rook f8. I guess bishop f7. Oh, but there is the problem. There is the problem. Okay, but if bishop stands on f7, then queen goes to h3, there is this check, but black may escape this check by playing queen b. Okay, what is going on? Queen g4, yeah. queen g4 looks like a move, because this check, you will also take this rook. So rooks are almost exchanged. Oh, but this looks losing for white now. How to stop this queen? Rook f3 still. Rook f3, white has a rook f3.
Check.
No, this move just losing. What you doing? Rook f3.
Kaboom.
No. Okay, you just don't have such moves. This opening. Okay, this is standard stuff. Grand Lapin, also known as Grand Lapin spam. Bishop f8. It's the move that I popularized. But then I stopped playing this stuff myself and started playing a completely different line. Okay, this position f5 is a better move than h6 in my view. Just avoiding this Grand Lapin spam. In other move orders, there are also alternative options. Okay, what happened next? This is all engine moves. a5, I am not already sure that is this theory.
Kaboom.
Just normal position with more or less equal material, but black has less space, and this is usually quite annoying to play. So Vlad is good out of this opening. Yeah, I agree with Fasti. So f5 really should have been played in this position. Not fun to play this at all as black. Black has a bit of extra material right now, and f5 cannot be immediately played, right? But white is threat, so you could not take immediately because of that, but now white is threatening this. f5 is not a win because there is this check, and this is very annoying check. Maybe this bishop stands on f2. So what idea does black have here? Maybe just play knight f6. Screw this pawn. Knight g4. Trying to put the knight on f2. Then white has extra pawn, but black has invaded bishop or invaded knight.
Kaboom.
So it might not have been that black for black. But DC, what is d6? Okay, this is weird. Maybe there was some other move after knight f5, but then just if you play knight f6 and f5, probably this check and castles. Isn't not sure.
Check.
Easy katka. Oh, this looks like a very bad position for black. Oh wait, but
Kaboom.
white gives up material. Why not? Taking here, fearing for invading bishop. Just this rook is not playing, and these two rooks are gonna invade. F6. F takes G6. F takes G6. Knight here takes.
Kaboom.
I have some suspicion that bishop takes H3. If you try to exchange these rooks, then the second rook is going here and try to give the checks for white. You need to calculate this stuff very carefully, because giving up this knight just to win a pawn is a bit a greedy move. Okay, I don't know why he's thinking, because this move is just the only, right? Otherwise you just get this.
Kaboom.
Oh, maybe knight h6 was also a move. Wait, maybe knight h6 was a better move. So you control these two squares. No, but then the rooks get exchanged and the second rook is going in. So probably it was nothing good.
Kaboom.
No. Okay.
Check.
Okay, this is a line I am talking about, but it is in fact losing for black, because this is the safe square for black king, but then the second rook can check. Okay, 6-1. Now equalize the amount of white games. And now after Astavakra already lost in match, he plays knight f3, e4. Okay, let's see what interesting stuff Vlad has in this line. Color scan game been declined. Vlad is thinking. For some reason he always plays c6. He wants to play something unusual this time. Oh, knight a6. After knight a6, he takes d5 is the strongest move. b4 actually didn't work well for Astavakra last time that we played. e6 is the correct move probably. I just randomly did it over the board. I was choosing between e6 and e5 in this position because this is too dangerous. Just e6 is more solid. It should be a fine position for black. Again, white has a bit more space, but should not be critical. This is very similar to how our game against Astavakra went previous time. This is all deviation, right?
Kaboom.
Now you take like that, h6. Still looks quite fine for black. d5 now. Okay, maybe it's not that okay after d5.
Kaboom!
What is this? I don't think that giving up a bishop for a pawn is a good idea, unless you have some really clear attacking possibilities. So maybe what white wants to do is somehow push all this stuff along the h file and try to just checkmate black king, but the king d2 just trying to do this stuff. This is fast enough actually. Yeah, also there is this bishop, and this annoying bishop will block on h6. Yeah, I would probably exchange these rooks. Maybe bishop here and king f8. Oh, but then after d6 I cannot recapture. Okay, what if takes? Hmm. Why not take? But yeah, I would agree that taking this is dangerous for black. But I mean, again, Astavakra is thinking. And what is the alternative to this move? Playing f4? I would really rather take. Maybe take like that. But then just knight here takes queen a5. So after knight here, you cannot even take the knight. So this taking like that is the only option, in my view.
Kaboom!
He wanted to invade. Okay, queen f3. Oh, then yeah, this might be a scam, actually. Oh, but if queen e4, then queen takes f5. Missed this stuff. And queen takes queen. Should be fine. Or no? What am I missing? Maybe just castle, actually. The queen can do nothing, but this seems pretty safe, in my opinion.
Kaboom!
So these rooks get exchanged, finally. In this way, only in this way, doesn't matter. Then white castles, and black doesn't even have a pawnetization idea, because this pawn is on light square. So pretty much the only idea is to create some scam with the knight. But it might be too late for that already. So I didn't like bishop c5 move. Maybe there was something for black, but
Kaboom!
it looks like Vlad is losing this game.
Kaboom!
Completely losing now. Bishop takes h. Bishop takes a6. Why not?
Kaboom!
Okay. No need to play this. Why continue playing this? Really? GG's. Yeah. I'm a bit disappointed by 6-1, 6-2. I mean, had Astavakra played this opening, his usual opening, I think the match could have gone much differently. Instead he played some knight f3 e3 line for white. Okay, so here he's asking why they play in 8 games, because if you played an odd number of games, you must play next game if the opponent who played less white games wants to do that. So Astavakra played less white games here, and he wanted to play one more. And if Vlad declined, then Vlad would be forfeited in this match. That's what Katas called color scam gambit decline, because Pash Pash already was forfeited similarly in this tournament. Okay, GG's. See you later. Yeah, 7 p.m. UTC is Chris Rapid versus Pash Pash. Not sure that I will stream that, maybe. Maybe. There is also weekly Atomic Arena in this time. We'll see. Goodbye.